Hi, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. This is Steve. Wanted to go over the week's training plan. Let's get right into it. Starting on Monday, our lift is going to be the deadlift. We're in a undulated, which is a wave program of our strength cycle. So this week we're going 5 by 4 reps, 5 sets of 4 reps at 85%. So get in about maybe 3, 4 warm up sets, starting off very light, building up. And then you're going to be at 5 sets of 4 at 85% across the board. Now remember, this is your 1 rep working max. So that's 10% off your 1 rep true max. If you have any questions about that, get with your coach. Conditioning. We're going to do 5 cycles or 5 rounds of, you have a 90-second clock ticking. So you're going to jump on your bar, do 5 deadlifts. RX is 225, 155. RX Plus is the advance. We're going for 315 or 185. We can, if you need to play with those numbers, make modifications, that's perfectly okay. Once you complete those 5 deadlifts real quick, you're going to jump right on the wall ball and you're going to max out on whatever time's left on that clock. So let's just say it takes you 30 seconds to get those five deadlifts done and walk over to the ball. You have 1 minute to max out on wall balls. Each round, you're going to try to keep track of how many reps you get done on wall balls, and that's going to be your score. Now, if we have a large class, the coaches obviously will stagger the starting times. So let's just say the first class is going to start, or the first group is going to start, and then he may delay the second group to start maybe even a minute and a half later, a minute later, however they want to work it. You have 90 seconds, which is a minute and a half to do work, and then you get a 2.5 minute break. So, which is 180. That's wrong. Well, I'll fix that. Yeah, 620 to 150. Do it live math. So once you get your break in, you're going to do that 5 times. The coach is going to say go, and you're going to do another round of 90 seconds. Going into Tuesday, the lift is going to be the shoulder press. Shoulder press is strict. It's not a jerk. It's not a power push press. It's a strict press. 4 sets of 10 on this. You can build up if you wish to. You want to go like every 3 minutes. You want to wait too long. But listen, if you have to wait a little bit longer, that's fine. Everybody's different with their conditioning or their muscular endurance. But we really want to stick around the 3 minute time. 50 to 60% of your max is usually a pretty good gauge. Conditioning, another 5 rounds. We're doing a 2 minute AMRAP. So you got 2 minutes. You're going to do 6 touch and go power cleans. 95-65 for RX, 155-105 for RX Plus, 9 shouldered overhead. So that means you're going to use the same bar. You can do anything you want. You can do a push press, push jerk, split jerk, strict press, whatever you want, as long as the bar goes from shoulder to overhead. And then you're going to do 12 overhead squats with that same bar. So, and then you get a 2 minute rest. We're going to do that for 5 rounds. So keep in mind, 12 overhead squats is going to be obviously the most challenging portion of this movement. If you're very beginner and you're still having a hard time with them overhead squats, we can either have you do a back squat, or we can have you just use the same bar for these 2 movements and then maybe use just an empty bar for the overhead squats. We really want you to focus on your technique. You're going to get better as time goes on. We did have about 7 or 8 people just join the gym from the last challenge class. So some of you may have to just go ahead and focus on either an empty bar or even a PVC pipe, because we're not looking to get an injury on this. We're looking to actually get you to get better every day. Extra credit, this is optional. Once the class is done, you can do 50 pull-ups, 50 dips. Break that up as however you want. If you want to do 10 pull-ups, 10 dips for 5 rounds, however you want to work it. If you're RX Plus, 100 pull-ups, 100 dips. And again, break it up as you wish. These little extra credit movements are just basically to try to get you a little bit better and give you a little bit of work capacity or muscular endurance to prep you if you're trying to get better for competition. And going into Wednesday, it's our favorite day, aerobic capacity. This is a good one. We've done this one about I don't even know, last year, December, maybe even January. 45-minute AMRAP. You're going to do a 1,500 meter row, 200 meter farmer's carry with 53 or 35 pound kettlebells, 15 wall walks, or just go ahead and get near the wall and just go ahead and do a handstand against the wall and then come back down. It depends on what you can get done. If you could do handstand push-ups, go for it. If you're able to do wall walks, which are very difficult, that's awesome. If you're just able to do a handstand against a wall, come back down, do that 15 times. Again, we're just trying to get you better. 50 double unders. If you can't do double unders, maybe even set a clock or look at the clock and say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to practice double unders for 2 minutes, and that's my time frame, because I don't want you to be sitting there on double unders for 30 minutes of this workout if you're not getting them. But we do want you to get them. I'd rather see you trying to practice them for 2 minutes than you just saying, heck with it, I'm just going to do single unders. If you're RX Plus, we've done this where turn this into a 90-minute workout. Obviously, it's going to run over to class time, but we've turned this into a 90-minute workout. And I remember doing it with a group, and basically 1,500 meter row, 200 meter farmer's carries with 70s or 53s, 15 handstand push-ups, and then 100 double unders. Going into Thursday, we are looking at front squat or back squat. Remember, what I always say is whatever you start out with, stick with it throughout the strength program, which is the next couple more weeks. We're going to the 3x2, so 3 sets at 2 reps at 90%. Fix that. So you're doing the double, 3 sets, but you're getting up there higher at 90% of your 1 rep working max. Once we're done with this, going into conditioning, we're going to do a 5-minute AMRAP. So as you can see, work capacity time is changing from there. 5 minutes. Here is a 2-minute, and then this is a 1.5 minutes. So different time, work capacity times, different resting times. We're really just trying to work all the different energy systems. This is how you get better. This is smart training, which I need to actually go into that in a second. So you're doing a 5-minute AMRAP of 8 front squats. There's no rack involved. 8 front squats, 95 and 65, 135 and 95 if you're RX plus, 16 toe to bar. If you're not able to get toe to bar, just do hanging knee raises, or even lay on the ground and do some leg raises or scissors. And then after you do this 5-minute AMRAP, you get in a 5-minute rest period. And then we're going to do 8 back squats, no rack, same weight. So keep in mind, you're getting that bar off the ground, so you got to clean it, and then you got to bring it on. You got to press it and then land it on the back of your, rear rack, shoulders. Be careful. We don't want you landing it on your vertebrae, your neck. Be safe. If you absolutely have to, and there's room, you can use a rack. We'd rather you not, but we want you to be safe and be smart, and we don't want you to get hurt or bruised up. And then you're going to do 16 knee to elbows. It's debatable which is harder. Quite honestly, I think toe to bar is harder, but since you don't do knee to elbows all the time, you might find that a little bit more difficult. That is the workout, the conditioning component for Thursday. Then Friday, floor press, 4x10 reps every 3 minutes. Work up to that, and then you can actually build up more weight on your last set of 10 reps. Conditioning, it's a 15-minute EMOM, so there's 3 stations. Okay, we're going to rotate through that 5 times. So first station is thrusters from the ground. So the first one could be a squat clean, 95 or 65, 135 or 95 for RX plus. Second station, so you get a minute to do 7 thrusters. You're obviously going to have plenty of time. And then you're going to stand by the pull-up bar. Coach says go, you got 1 minute to do 7 pull-ups or 7 chest-to-bar pull-ups for RX plus. And then on station 3, 7 bar facing burpees. And then you go back to number 1. You're going to rotate through that 5 times. So minute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it continues to go. Now again, the EMOMs are not necessarily meant to burn you out. They're more for developing movement patterns and really focusing on getting better. This ain't going to be easy. So, keep in mind, you're still doing 35 thrusters, 35 pull-ups, 35 bar facing burpees, but some people may sit there and they're going to get itchy thinking, oh man, I got to wait. I want to go now. No, don't. This is going to help you. Again, a different energy system, but we're really focusing on your efficiency. Let's go back into one of the things that was brought to my attention by one of the coaches. Some of the members are saying that they really love Wednesdays, which is awesome because they feel like they're getting a lot of work in. They feel like, wow, Wednesdays we get a good workout. Sometimes on these other days, I just don't feel like we're getting it in. And to be honest with you, that's definitely a flaw on your part. And I'll tell you why. Number one, if you're doing deadlifts, this is, you're doing 5 sets at 85%. Everybody's different. You're at different levels. If you haven't been here for a while, I don't want you to go heavy. Your 85% right now is definitely probably a lot less than what your true, real 85% of your one rep working max is. But that's fine. You're developing. You're in a development stage of getting better. So, keep in mind when we're doing these 5 seconds and you have a minute and a half, these short workouts should scare the living crap out of you because you are pretty much going all out. You're banging on that bar, 5 deadlifts, making sure you're maintaining good form, obviously. And then you have a minute, maybe a minute and 15 seconds, whatever, depending on who you are, to do wall balls. I mean, that's insane. A full minute nonstop wall balls is hard. So, keep in mind, coming in every day and exhausting yourself is going to blow out your central nervous system. Some of the women are saying, or I've heard in the past, which I haven't really heard many complaints lately, but some women, they get upset or they think, oh, I really don't want to lift weights. I just really want to get tone and I really want to just do cardio. Honestly, you need to lift weights to, number one, stay healthy, bone density, muscle tone. You want to actually create hypertrophy or gain muscle mass or at least maintain, because that's what's going to keep your metabolism going. If you're just doing a bunch of cardio, if you're doing Wednesdays cardio every single day, 45 minutes, an hour of strict cardio, that's all fine and dandy. You're going to look in the mirror and say, wow, I feel like I'm leaning out, the scale's going down. Problem is, you're going to lose everything. Your body's going to burn calories in the form of muscle mass. It's going to burn glycogen. It's going to burn fat. It's going to burn everything. But the problem with that is, if you ever heard the term skinny fat, that's what will end up happening. You're going to end up shutting down. Your central nervous system is going to fry out. And then your metabolism is going to start it's going to slow down because it's going to try to hold on to every single thing that it can. It's going to be like a survival mode. So highly suggest you stay with the weights, do the short, intense workouts, take advantage of the work-rest ratios. And if you stay with the program and you believe in it, you're going to see yourself get healthy, longevity. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get more capacity. Your aerobic capacity is going to get better. There's a lot of people in the gym that have been with us for 8, 9 years that can actually preach it to you. So that's what our program is all about. If nobody's explained it to you already, and I'm sure somebody has, or at least I know I've talked to everybody in that gym about how our program design works, and it's very effective. So any questions, you want to shoot me an email, you want to call me, my door is always open. So hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you in the gym.